Hi, Lewis. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Okay, good. Well, it's been a week since we've seen each other, so I wanted to go ahead and start an agenda with you for today's session, if that's okay.
Yes.
All right, so do you want to tell me a little bit about what's kind of gone on in the last week? Some things that maybe are really bothering you that you'd like to talk about today?
I'm just kind of missing my kids and my family. I'm all over that's all the time. Hard time I spend at work.
Okay. All right, how often are you at work?
I work from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m.
It's 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Okay. All right, do you have scheduled days off?
Yes, but I don't take them. I'm just trying to make that extra income for my family.
Okay. All right. So first thing then we'll talk about is the family and time with them or time not with them that you wish that you were spending with them. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I just recently missed my kid's birthday and it kind of took a toll on me because I was like, I was just overwhelmed with work and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So some time management a little bit too?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so right now we have the family time and time with kids, time with your wife, spouse.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else maybe that's going on or that's happened in the last week that you feel like plays into that you want to talk about?
Sometimes, like last week, I got a little anxiety, I guess you could say. Just, tight feeling in my chest. Just had to try to calm down. Just, do things differently.
Okay,
Sometimes I'm at work, I kind of get overwhelmed and start to think about needing to do this and needing to do that and kind of lose focus and ended up hurting myself last week at work and I dropped something on my foot.
Okay.
It made it a little harder to continue out the day.
Right. So I hear you saying maybe some lack of concentration, lack of focus.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And it's important. You're doing construction, right?
Right.
So that's important that you have some focus on the task that you're doing. Okay. All right. So you say anxiety, some overwhelming sensations.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Lack of focus and concentration. Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we have that outlined. The agenda then is the family time and time with your kids, time management, and then dealing with these feelings of anxiety. What are you feeling about the family time and time with your kids? What type of feelings does that make you, do you have associated with that?
I just kind of get sad, kind of get depressed a little bit.
Okay.
And just, I'm needing to spend more time with them.
Okay.
I come home and they're in bed. And when they get up in the morning, I'm in bed because I don't go to work till after they're already gone. So I kind of miss them.
Okay.
And not spending enough time with them. I don't get enough hugs, I feel.
Okay. You don't get enough hugs?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I hear you then telling me that you're having some maybe depression, some feelings of sadness, and then you're also having some anxiety when you're not with your family because of the things that you still have to take care of and do,
Yes.
and you feel like you're missing out on.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, well, did you do your homework, I guess, would be the next question.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I did.
All right. So you did the thought record. So last week you talked about an incident where you hurt yourself. So do you want to tell me a little bit about kind of what happened at that point? What was the situation that you were in? What was going on?
Just kind of thinking too much, kind of lost myself in my thoughts. Mine was racing. I wasn't paying attention, dropped a piece of drywall on my foot.
Okay.
And just my leg's been sore since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you said that you were having some anxiety. So at this point you said you kind of lost focus. And so you were preoccupied and not focusing on the tasks you were doing.
Right.
Okay. So it's now affecting your ability to work. And the reason you're working is to provide for your family.
Yes.
And then you're missing out on time with them. And that's affecting you at work.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, what did you do when that situation happened? What did you do to calm down and kind of get through that, especially after you hurt yourself?
I was just kind of went outside, trying to relax a little bit, try to breathe.
Okay.
Took some deep breaths, kind of, try to relax a little bit.
Okay.
Try to clear my head.
What do deep breaths look like to you?
Just, well, just kind of, just try to ease myself.
Okay. Did you feel better when you did that?
Yeah, just a little.
Okay. All right. Can you maybe practice that a little bit with me? I think if you practice it now and you start to experience that any more in the future, then maybe it would be more beneficial and work a little bit better because you practice it. It's kind of like riding a bike. You can't ride the bike unless you practice with your training wheels, and then you lose those and you're able to ride the bike.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's just practice. So I want you just to sort of kind of relax. And then I want you to really focus on the breath that you're taking, okay? So we won't breathe too hard because you don't want to hyperventilate or anything, okay? So just take a deep breath in your nose and kind of hold on to that for a second and then let that out your mouth, okay? All right, and then we'll do that again and let it out. Okay, and really focus on the actual breath itself. And then in your mind, I kind of just want you to think about some place that makes you feel safe and makes you feel calm. Okay, whatever that picture is for you, just kind of put that in your mind.
Okay.
And then you'll focus on the breathing. Okay. All right, you try that one more time. And let it out of your mouth. Okay. All right. So I would really encourage you to practice that even when you feel calm and you're at your house, or you maybe have some extra time and you're at work and you can get away for 5 minutes. Just practice that. See if you can center yourself and really kind of regain the control over your body. Okay? All right. So then moving on to kind of what we might do with the situation. You're feeling like you want to spend more time with your kids, but you need to be working so that you make the income for your family.
Right.
Okay. All right. So would you be willing to do an experiment?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a behavior experiment. It would be a behavior exercise. Okay. What do you think about when you say that you want to spend more time with your kids and you don't feel that you are?
I just want to be able to be there with them in the mornings, like cook breakfast for them, kind of, help them out, help them get ready for school and do things like that.
Okay.
And I don't want to be a bad dad. I just kind of want to be a good dad. I want to focus on doing things to make them feel better.
Okay, so I hear you saying that you don't want to be a bad dad. Do you feel like a bad dad?
No, I don't feel like a bad dad, but I just feel like I can be a better dad.
Okay, so do you feel like being at work and not being able to spend time is making you be a bad dad?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so if you're saying that you think these things, being at work and spending so much time at work, is making you be a bad dad, then what would be the opposite of a bad dad?
A good dad.
Okay. All right, so I want you to think about what a good dad is, what you think a good dad is, and what would a good dad do with his kids?
I would want to take them to the movies.
Okay.
Take them to, a park, go push them on swings, chase them around the park,
Okay.
hide and seek, fetch, or, like play with the animals.
I don't think we can play fetch with our kids.
with the animals. And
right. With maybe feeding the ducks or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So what else aside from doing those things together would make you be a good dad, or would a good dad do? What would you do at home?
I would want to wake them up in the morning, fix them breakfast,
Okay.
help them get ready for school, and make sure they got everything they need.
Okay.
Lunch boxes.
Okay. All right. So a morning routine and fixing their lunches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then what would it look like at night? What would a good dad do at night with their kids?
I'll take them to bed, read them a story.
Okay.
Read them a book. I try to keep them off the games and the technology.
Okay. So reading a book then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have right now that a good dad takes his kids to the movies, maybe go to the park, has a morning routine, fixes lunches for school or daycare.
Yeah.
Also has a bedtime routine, would do a bedtime routine with them.
Right.
Okay. And then reading a book. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do then, how about something, do you want to add anything to this list? Like a hug or anything like that?
Yeah, just some affection, just
Okay.
to get some signs of affection from my children would be nice.
Okay. All right. So a hug. So if your kids gave you a hug, then that would make you a good dad. Is that what you're saying?
Well, just make me feel a little bit better, make it a little easier on the tough days at work.
Okay. All right. So we've added that on here, and now I want to ask you if you would rate yourself on a scale from 0 to 100 on each one of these behaviors. Okay. So if you took them to the movies, what's the likelihood that you could leave here and go spend time with your family, and that you all would go to the movies together? That you could take them. What would be the likelihood?
Right now, with my work schedule, it's not very slim, not very good.
Okay, so 0 to 100. So what would you put that at?
20.
Okay. All right. So 20% likelihood that you would be able to take them to the movies. How about taking them to the park? Would that be about the same? So maybe we could lump together the movies, the park, activities. So activities with your kid outside of the home.
Right.
Okay, so there's a 20% likelihood that would happen.
Right.
Okay. And then you say morning routine. So we have a morning routine and a bedtime routine. What's the likelihood that you'd be able to leave here and that would actually happen on any given day? Any day. 0 to 100.
Say 40%.
Okay. All right. And how about reading a book with them?
10%, because most of the time when I get home, they're already in bed.
Okay. All right. And then how about the likelihood that you would get hugs from your kids?
It's probably like 5%.
Okay.
I hardly get to see them.
Okay, so it's going to be really difficult then, is what I'm hearing you say, to be able to do these activities.
Yes, I would have to take my days off from work.
Is there a problem maybe with taking a day off of work?
No, it's not. I just choose to work extra so I can bring extra income.
Okay, what would happen if you didn't bring home the extra income?
I think it'll be okay, but I just always want to try to be ahead.
Okay, all right, and you say that you think it would be okay, so what does that mean? What's okay?
I mean, I think we'll be able to get by. I just need to manage my time a little bit better to where I can take them days off and it won't affect me as much as it would.
Okay, all right. Have you taken days off before in the past?
Yes.
Okay, what happened?
I just feel like we need money, so.
No, I mean, what happened when you took the day off?
I spend time with my family and try to do things like that, but here lately I've just been 7 days a week. And
Were the bills still able to be paid when you took the day off?
yes.
So what is leading you to believe that if you took a day off now, it wouldn't be okay?
I just want to try to stay on top of things.
Okay.
And I'm trying to change my schedule to where I can spend more time with them, where I can get up with them in the morning and
Okay.
do the things that a normal dad should do.
Okay. So you're going to get an opportunity to do that if you can do the experiment.
Okay.
Because what I want you to do is, now that you've kind of identified that you could do activities with your kids, but the likelihood of them happening would be 20%, right?
Right.
But remember, we're looking at, these are things that you said make a good dad. Okay? So 20% likelihood that you'll be able to do an activity somewhere with your kids. Right?
Right.
And then 40% likelihood that you would have a morning routine with your kids, that you would do the morning routine, right? And then would that be the same with bedtime of 40%, or is that less or more?
Less.
Okay. What would you rate that?
Say 30.
Okay. All right. And then we have reading a book. So you're saying that reading a book to your children makes a good dad. So you say that that's only a 10% likelihood of happening, right?
Right.
Okay. And then hugs, that your kids would give you hugs, right? Or you would give them a hug.
Right.
Okay. All right. And you say that's only a 5%. Okay. So what I would really like you to do, we'll get this typed up for you before you leave. We'll have it on a little card. You can take that with you. You can read it, refresh your memory about what we've talked about. But I would encourage you to take the next scheduled day that you have off. I would encourage you to take that day for this experiment. And I want you to do these activities, or just keep a log of whether you do them or they don't happen. Okay? So when you come back next week, we will sit and we will identify again, our agenda, and we'll go through and make sure. I feel like we might spend, we've spent the majority of this session focusing on the primary topic, which you said was spending time with your family and your children, right?
Right.
Okay, so we'll talk about it more next week and compare what you identified today as the likelihood of these things happening. And then we'll see if when you come back next week, if you change these numbers. Okay? We're not going to focus right now on whether or not these are true or if these make a good dad or make a bad dad, okay? This is just what you've identified as things you think would make a good dad, okay? And let's just see how it happens and see what happens, okay? So you can do this. Just write down whether or not it happens or doesn't happen. And you can go ahead and continue the ongoing homework too. Don't forget about your thought record. So even going over and writing in your record when you're done with this day that you have, this behavior experiment, and the day that you have with your kids, you can write down the situation, the emotions, feelings, and thoughts about what has happened during that day, okay? All right, sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm excited. I hope that you're excited.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm glad that you're willing to do this experiment. I think that it'll give us some good insight into maybe what's going on or where some of these feelings are coming from, and hopefully find something that makes you feel a little bit better, okay?
Okay.
All right, well, good to see you, and I'll see you next Wednesday, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right.